When we say that everyone can achieve well-being, it may sound too good to be true. But the question is, how do you quantify peace of mind? How do you measure happiness? How do you put a price tag on a good life, quality life, fulfillment, life satisfaction? Even when you have physical diseases, you can have two people with the same disease, hypertension, that has not resulted in any complications and therefore are not producing symptoms. These two people will respond mentally and emotionally differently to this disease, hypertension, based on some ideas they have about the disease, some expectations of outcome they have, their financial capacity, social capacity. So you don't have two people with the same physical disease experiencing the disease the same way. Even when it comes to pain, you need a person to tell you the severity of the pain because you are not feeling the pain. It's somebody who is feeling the pain. So you have to ask this patient on a scale of 1 to 10, how severe is the pain? The patient tells you it's 5, it's 6, it's 7, it's 8. You need people to tell you how they feel. That is why we say that well-being is largely subjective and it depends on the person. I'm aware also that society may have some unspoken criteria as standards that we need to achieve to give us permission to make the claim that we are satisfied in life, we are happy, we have peace of mind, we have a good life, we have a quality life. So, unless you display a certain kind of wealth or money, you drive a certain kind of car, you live in a certain kind of house, you wear certain kinds of clothes, unless you know important people, unless you have certain titles, positions, possessions. When you tell us that you are happy, you are fulfilled, you have life satisfaction, you have a good life, you have a quality life, we are not supposed to believe you. We think that we know what you should become, what you should do, what you should have by some standards of society before we can believe you when you tell us that you are happy, you're satisfied, you're okay, you are enough, you have enough. The question, however, is what is the worth of the human being? Or what is the worth of the human life? There's a movie titled Worth, which I watched some time ago. It is a narration of true accounts of events that happened during the September 11 attack on the World Trade Center in the United States. An astute, experienced lawyer was given the difficult task to allocate money given by the government to bereaved families who have lost some loved ones in that attack. And so he had to come up with a formula because some of them were CEOs. Some of them who died in the attack were CEOs, were lawyers, were doctors, cleaners, plumbers. And he was thinking, how do I assign the same amount of money to each of these persons? I need to find a way to determine the worth of the lives that were lost for the money to be given to the families. He came up with a list, and you could see that by the names of the CEOs, the lawyers, very huge sums of money. When it came to the cleaners, the plumbers, small amounts of money were assigned to their names. He came up with a formula, met the bereaved families, and they told him and warned him to discard the formula, to throw away the formula completely. And the argument was, what is the worth of the human being? $10 million? $1 billion? What is the worth of the human being? So when we talk about the fact that everyone can achieve well-being, it's because there's no objective way of assigning value to your worth. That it has to be this amount of money, this car you drive, house you live in, position you carry, or possessions you have. And also because well-being is highly subjective and it depends on you. You can define that by yourself. You can say that I am fulfilled, I have life satisfaction, I feel okay, I am enough and I have enough. And we have to believe you. And that is why when it comes to achieving well-being, It is not survival of the fittest, because if everyone can achieve well-being, then if someone has well-being, you can also achieve well-being. And when you say you have life satisfaction, when you say that you have fulfillment, when you tell us that you're happy with yourself, you have peace of mind, there's no way for us to measure that peace of mind, measure that happiness, measure that fulfillment. So we just have to believe you that you're okay, you're happy, and you're fulfilled. Without thinking that there should be some criteria to determine whether you should be fulfilled or not, you should be satisfied or not, you should be happy or have peace of mind or not, because there are no such criteria, since there is no objective way of determining the worth of the human being.